All right, guys, here we are from the trailer reaction. Today we're going to be reacting to the trailer for the movie Dunkirk.
Have we been ignoring Dunkirk this whole time? It says that there's 3 trailers out.
I guess we have.
So I don't really
Dunkirk
like war
is a place,
movies.
right?
I don't know. I don't know shit about shit, and I don't really like war movies. Christopher Nolan seems fine.
It's
What's
the
your
event
opinion?
that shaped the world.
Well, I was already in the world when it was already in that shape, so for me, I'm just used to it.
The only thing I know about this, I think, is that that Christopher Nolan is getting 20% of back end on this movie and, like, a lot of fucking money,
Okay.
which is, like, the best deal, I think, since Peter Jackson did
Oh.
King Kong.
Huh.
But he stands to make, like, hundreds of millions of dollars on this movie.
So what does that mean for us? That it's good, it's bad?
It just means that studios will give a lot of money because they want to ensure that Christopher Nolan will work with them again. I don't think Christopher Nolan's had a flop. He's
that's
only
true.
had these huge money-making films, so it makes sense to give him
Yeah.
large quantities of money. Yeah, if you look just on the top, Dark Knight, Inception, Interstellar.
Yeah.
And there were like, 3 Dark Knight movies, so the man's just banking money.
Oh, yeah, he's good.
So it makes sense. Give him a lot of money, or maybe he'll go to some other studio where they'll give him more money.
But then I see, oh, you're making a war movie, like historical-ass war movie. I don't know. It'll probably be filmed beautifully.
But he made like a superhero, a trippy, and a space movie, so he's just checking off his list.
I respect him for that. He should go. Feel free to create. I guess we'll see what he's doing this time.
Let's check it out, guys. Whew, so that's like a horrifying true story.
Yep, I have so much ignorance and lack of opinion about this. You have no idea.
That's
Where
one of
should-
the
where should we
craziest
begin?
things in the world when you think about just how many things you don't know, and it goes without saying that you don't know more than you know because that's just how life works. But
Yeah,
to
of
just
all
think
the
how many
stuff.
things you're like, oh man, I didn't know shit about that.
Yeah, I'm okay with not knowing anything about that. Is what I meant.
400,000 people just trapped, and they send a couple dinghies to fix them like that. How is
so-
that gonna fix?
Right, that's what I mean by here. Get ready for the ignorance, because I have no. Why does the guy get in like a tugboat and say we're going to Wall, Jeffrey?
Well,
And what the
I
fuck
don't
is
know
going
if it
on
was explicitly said here.
Home came for them.
But I
so.
would imagine that, like, see, you have 400,000 people. So aside from just not having provisions, you're on enemy territory, presumably. And if one tank were to come, it may just machine gun you to death and kill everyone there. So I think they're on a time crunch. Like, we got to get out of here before they get here. So
Okay.
that's why they, like, resorted to sending...
No idea.
And again, that's just one man's guess. That's something I
No,
could
like-
probably look up.
Yeah, I have a similar guess because it kind of feels like.
Or even, like, a couple more planes.
Like, hey, we gotta go do the thing. I have no fucking idea though. I don't know what year this happens. Is this before or after some other battle?
This is World War
World
II,
War
I
Is
think.
it World War I? Like, I have no idea what's going on. I literally have no idea what's going on. I know it's during some time in between 1916 and 1940, and that they got trapped in a place called Dunkirk. A lot of people, like picture 400 people, and then like 1,000 of those. Just a lot of people. Are somehow trapped in a place called Dunkirk that just seems like it's a beach, and then the guy from Mr. Scarecrow, who loves Christopher Nolan
Sure.
or whatever, and there's also some other character actor who's playing like the commander, Navy dude or whatever. I've seen him everywhere. The
Was
older
Tom
guy.
Hardy in the plane?
I have no fucking idea.
It looked like if it
saw-
wasn't Tom Hardy, it looked like somebody
Yeah.
who should be Tom Hardy.
I saw brief glimpses of people where I was like, "Is that Benedict Cumberbatch?" Like all these fucking people. Was probably a bunch of famous people in this. I have no idea.
Yeah.
And yeah, they have to go and do a thing, and I guess it's gonna end the way it ended in real life, and we could go Google that, and that's the thing. I don't like war movies. This seems I'm not into this. Thank you.
I don't dislike war movies, but there's something that I find myself not usually reaching out to see.
Yeah.
It's like I think every time Saving Private Ryan was ever on TV, I like watched it
Yeah.
because I'm like, this is a good ass movie, but it's not something I don't think I even own that movie.
Is that the movie where Jake Busey is a sniper?
Jake Busey is a sniper. Somebody's a sniper, but it wasn't Jake Busey.
Who was it then?
I don't even know that guy's
Alright.
name. He was in Knockaround Guys. He played the mob boss's son. Does that help you?
Is that not Jake Busey?
That is not Jake Busey.
Does he look like Jake Busey?
No, Jake Busey has a long head, and this guy had more of a round head.
Oh, it's head shaped now. All right. Well, there's a guy in there who used to like pray and shoot people.
Yes,
And then
that's who you think is Jake Busey.
And then Tom Hanks, yeah, and then Tom Hanks is in there and he's talking to Tom Sizemore about something about back home or whatever.
Mhm.
Right. I've seen those scenes and then I get bored and then I switch to something else. I literally have never seen Saving Private Ryan. I've never seen
Matt Damon.
Who?
Matt Damon is Ryan.
Is he is well, I've seen the GIF where his face like morphs into the old face or whatever. And I go, that must be from that. They must have saved him or whatever. And
Vin Diesel dies though.
hey
FYI,
man, fuck.
spoiler.
What if I eventually watch it? Everyone
You'll
tells
know.
me to watch these movies.
He dies early.
But I've seen literally like none of these. I'm searching my brain for other war movies that I also haven't seen. And I can't think of any of the names of them. And it's not like out of some weird political or whatever statement. I just don't like movies. Those sorts of movies for some reason.
I like when there's like the rallying call of we beat the odds and the blah blah blah. But then when you just think about like it's like yeah, but like this is real shit. That's why I like to keep myself out of real shit.
Right.
Or like if it's like based on a true story, I'd prefer things where it's like this was a boxer who fought people in the streets.
Yes.
Like where there were losers in that, but it's more of a story and a fun thing. While this, I'm like, I start to think too much. I get in my own head, and I'm like, holy shit! Like,
no, it would suck to be
the
in
fragility
these
of human
situations.
life never becomes more clear to me than when I see just lots of people die like instantly. You think about how quick you could lose $1 in a casino, and that's how like fast someone just dies in a war movie. And you're like, holy god!
And it's terrifying. That's why like I watch a lot of like military and paramilitary stuff, but that's because they're in the jungle and the predator's there. Like there's something fun and interesting, not just like people die because life is horrible and look at this.
That's how I like
screaming and drowning and all that stuff.
I like when you're rooting for humanity against aliens and shit because here it's just like. Well, I guess I was born here, so I guess I'm those people. But just as easily, you could have been born in Germany, and you could be a fucking Nazi just because that's where you're born. There's not a lot of say in this shit.
I know, and the way like the ensemble cast and how quickly they show people dying for like effect usually and all that stuff. Because like, when you watch Predator, you're like living through Arnold Schwarzenegger and this like triumph against the Predator. Whereas like when you watch this movie, there's like 10 people you've heard of and then hundreds of people you haven't, and they're just screaming and blood and blowing up and all that shit. And you're like, well, odds are I would have been one of those guys. It would have been horrible. I'd have been like, okay, I'm 18. I'm going to make a name for myself out there. Boom, just dead.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Or even worse,
horrible.
like, I'm 15 and your paperwork isn't very good, but I can forge it. Ha-ha, and now I'm dead.
And you're like, I'm inspired, and I'm going to defend the country, and things are great and all that stuff. I would never
But
do
like
this
Captain
thing.
America, when he's in war, I'm like, this is the best fucking shit ever. I'm like, I want a whole movie about him at the war.
Because it's a movie about how it's not like this time.
Yeah.
How this time, Captain America's like, okay, follow me, guys. Let's do this shit. Fucking Nazis, I'm going to punch you. It's awesome.
Yeah. If only more things could have people in red, white, and blue punching Hitler in the mouth.
I'm into it.
If that's not Tom Hardy, that guy really looks like fucking Tom Hardy.
You just miss Tom Hardy?
Maybe you did.
Maybe you miss Tom Hardy every time he's on.
This doesn't look like a bad movie, but it's the same thing where I go, yep, they cross all the, like, they check every box where I'm like, yep, that's good. Cinematography's good. The sound design's good. The score is good. But it doesn't deliver to me. So for like just my personal preferences of what I like in a movie. So I'm gonna give this a thumbs down in the sense that I'm rating this for do I want to see this movie based on the trailer, and no, I do not.
Yeah, I think my opinions are clear, but I will echo what you said. Like, obviously, this is a well-made, well-crafted piece of like cinema. It'll be around like awards season. It'll be it'll be like 2.5 hours long or maybe longer. But it will feel like 10 hours compared to like a similarly length like Avengers movie.
Yeah.
And I will be like, no, I don't want to see that. Or like, yeah, I guess I should see it, but not tonight. I'm not in the mood. That's too heavy. And then I'll just never see it for the next 27 years.
It comes down to like if you you don't like shrimp, they're cooking the best shrimp in the world. But I don't like shrimp.
And here are some pictures of how good
That's
the shrimp looks.
Of course, a farce. I love shrimp. Shrimp is my favorite. Send me shrimp.
I'm glad we clarified that in case Big Shrimp is watching.
Had to make
and
sure.
Like, we're not going to sponsor them. Motherfuckers don't like shrimp.
Love shrimp.
I like shrimp, too.
All right, guys. That's what we think about this movie. Let us know what you think.
Thumbs down for Dunkirk. Thumbs up for shrimp. Fucking A.
Don't die in a fire, and we'll see you next time.
I knew that was going to